Hey, Vi. Welcome, welcome. I haven't talked to y'all in almost 2 weeks. Much love, much love. Of what I'm gonna be talking about today. I'll be talking about ascension, ascension systems aligned with your 5D. The death of the ego. Be open for us to remain teachable, but be mindful the ego will not go without a fight. Getting hit with the spiral effect. And tapping into your forgotten goddess and goddesses. Hey, girl, what's up? What's up? Happy New Year's to y'all. Different things are taking place right now where you're feeling a lot of ascension symptoms. Right now, you'll be going through intense transition, ascending. So things will be getting very intense for you. You'll probably having more headaches. You're spacing out a lot more. Whatever your gifts are, they are really enhanced. I know with mine, and my medium and my psychic ability, people that I'm very, very, very close to, I can feel different things that's taking place in their life that, universal assists me saying, hey, bring this up to that person about things that may be going on. Because a lot of times when stuff is like really far out there, it's like, man, is this really happening? Or am I really going through like a nervous breakdown, or this stuff is really crazy? Your emotions are very intense. It's intensifying in different ways. And they want you to be able to pay attention to what is taking place in your life, because there's a lot of things that are shedding light on things that you aren't maybe able to really get the clarity then, because you may have been dealing with a lot of different things. But then there's different things that you may speak out, like if you're talking to a person that you're used to, speaking to, and there's something that may come out negative, and it's just in your vibe. It's like, hey, why are you going there? And you'll find it. And those are the good things that's going on, because you're recognizing where the change is needing to take place. You're allowing yourself to do that. Is that goddess is like a name with no value. Oh, I never heard of that. What's up? I like that. Welcome into the chat. There's different things that's taking place into your life where they're pressing you. There's a lot of people that are at 5D right now. What's up, Jackson? Happy New Year. I missed y'all. There's a lot of different things that's taking place into your life. God is bringing all kind of tests among tests towards your way. And there's a lot of things that you may be quick to react to, but they're wanting you, before you allow yourself to react, allow yourself to respond on what is taking place. Because a lot of times it's like your vibes will give you that gut instinct that, it may be something that's going to tick you off, but it's just to be able to see where you're at this point in your spiritual transition. So there's a lot of things that may come your way that you didn't expect. And it can be very good. New opportunities of new doors is opening, but they want to make sure that you're allowing yourself to have that same confidence. The universe and their ancestors and deities, all spiritual enforcements have this, they got that confidence in you, but they want you to be able to feel it too. Even if there's things that's going on you really not understand, it's paving the way for you for greater to come in. So this is your year. There's a lot of different things that's coming up where they're saying the old is dissolving to make room for the new. So there's a whole new mindset that needs to come in. You even have to talk. Even if you're not feeling blessed right now, you have to talk like it is. It's like, what? This is just a cool out moment. This is just a pausable moment for me. And it's preparing me for greatness. And, and I feel that with all y'all. Y'all come in, we talk. I know there's a lot of different things that's going on in our lives where, it's hard for you to get into that alignment with your affirmations. It's hard for you to be able to speak blessings when you feel like there's so much stuff that's going on. And God and universe wants us to be able to shake off that fear. If you've been going through different things like this, it's preparing for better. Everything is temporary. Whatever you've been going through, because I know a lot of us has been going through a lot of bad situations to where you may be struggling financially. You're trying to find that peace within yourself, even though it may be hard. Like you may be your own enemy right now. But when you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, this is bringing me towards better, is putting me in my alignment, allow myself to, let up the reins a little bit, because a lot of times we try to control different sequences in our lives when we have to allow ourselves to let it flow. Be fluid with it. Just, stop trying to control everything. Even if something's coming in where you're being triggered, you have to allow yourself to know, okay, where that's the spot that I need to work at. This cannot keep triggering me. I've been allowing this to get to me for years. There are certain things that we've been having issues with for years. There would be certain things that is allowing you to get in touch with that, in tune with that enemy on the inside that you're healing. Because anytime you heal that energy, there's the energy of the enemy within yourself that you've been carrying, not just for this lifetime, but many lifetimes. You got to understand, we the chosen ones to break these cycles and, of generational curses and karmic cycles. So it's going to be heavy because you're not just dealing with this from now, but it's from past lives. It's from parallel lives. You be on a different parallel universe, but we all have those same issues. You may be having things where you're not having confidence in yourself and faith in yourself and faith in the universe. You don't have patience. You think that everything is going against you, and when all it is working for you. We have to understand that, because it's just like even things that's going on right now that it can really make you, upset. That's okay. These are the things that's letting you know you got this. You're going to overcome this. There's so many different things that's coming to you saying this is your year. New doors of opportunity is coming open. You're getting clarity in times that was confused. So I feel like, a fuse, and now I'm waiting for it to go off. And you know what, Jennifer, that is normal. It's normal. I've been going through a lot of soul searching since I've been off to myself. Y'all know if I tell you, hey, I'm just stepping away for a minute so I get myself right. So it's just like you're going through these different things in your life that's teaching you a lot of things. They want you to be teachable. Don't allow yourself to trip over something that you can step over now. And it's just sometimes we allow ourselves to get upset about things that you normally wouldn't get upset about. And that's letting you know when the soul is tired. You've been running on fumes and fuses for so long, and it's allowing yourself to stop kind of control things. I've had habits of doing that within myself, and just now allowing God to let him just do the work. Allow me to work on myself, but without controlling different things in my life. If it's for me, it's going to constantly be for me. If it's not, they're showing me how I have to learn how to not deal with it. And if are you going through different things where your emotions are being triggered? Is that what you're saying, Jennifer? If you don't mind getting into detail, is it just because your emotions are all over the place, or you're getting tired of being tired? Because a lot of times we can just be tired of being tired, and that's letting you know that the soul's been running on that same thing. And a lot of times that's what we stay focused on, and that focus can get irritable at times. It'll be certain things that I'll focus on, and it's just like it's working in your favor, even though it may not feel like it is. So it's just like your emotions. You can get very irritable, or you can get very impatient, or you're tired of everything that is going the way it is. We have to be able to allow ourselves, because if we keep focused on that, we miss out on blessings because we stay focused on that one thing. I've had to tell myself and remind myself that a lot, a lot, because I forgot what. I forgot what it was. It's like what is the vibration of Capricorn right now? So it's a lot of different things where it's going to make you feel like you're going through an emotional roller coaster, but there's something in the back of your mind. It's like, this is prepping me. This is really prepping me. And I have to allow myself to, just soak it all in like a sponge. And that's what they really want us to do right now. To believe in ourselves, allow yourself to get to yourself, isolate. Sometimes you got to go through isolation so you can stay focused on yourself, if you can do that. So it's just like a lot of different things. You're going through that growth process, and it is like, it can get you to that point where you get very irritable. You're losing sleep. There's a lot of, you probably ain't able to sleep like you were before, because, your mind is you're going through a huge change. And sometimes if your body is you so used to a certain vibration and certain frequency, and it's trying to change it, sometimes we can disrupt that, because we're like, oh, I fear that feeling, or I'm scared about how it's affecting me right now. You're going through a huge change. And y'all know, if you've been on chat with me, if you're going on a new frequency, that mess gets very uncomfortable because you don't know what's going on. And a lot of times we feel like we're far behind. Is that, yeah, that's, that. And I feel like there's something, it is changing in a big way. So, and it's going to be going in your favor. There's so many people on different platforms that, especially that are empath and enlightened like us, they're saying something very huge is coming. We don't know what it is, but it's preparing us, and that's why we had to go through the worst of the worst, because you're having something good come into your life just because you did that. Hey, Vi, I didn't know. I thought you were still here. I didn't know you came back, but yeah, you're going through different things. You're going through a lot of different changes, and it was just like a lot of your gifts are enhancing, so you have to allow yourself to understand that. So it's just like you're going to be sensitive to certain people, and that's not in a bad way, because there'll be certain people I could be talking to, and I'm like, hey, were you thinking about this? Or you thinking about that? Because I feel like one of y'all, or it could be more than one person, that a lot of animals has been a lot, your vibrations even attracting a lot of animals to you. I be having different ones come at to me, even in daytime or evening. Yeah, it's like a pit of negativity. It's something else. Yeah, it is. You have to understand that ego is dissolving, and that ego is, that was one of the subjects I'll be talking about today. The ego is really trying to, hey, this and this and this happened. I'm like, look, you are that person. And it's just like your body has been, when you've been on that coast and that vibration for so long. And a lot of times we continue to go through that repetitive cycle because the wounds, we're speaking through our wounds. And yeah, it's like the horns. Yeah, it'd be double. Yeah, I understand, Jackson. The wounds, the ego, fear starts creeping up and want to speak for us instead of allowing our truth to speak for us. We allow it to come up in negative vibrations because it's like, oh, this is happening, or we're worrying about, certain things that people keep doing in our lives, and, stuff like that. You have to understand everything is going going in a vibration to transform for the better. And right now, a lot of times that new vibe, it can be very crazy because you're not used to that. You've been used to a certain vibration for so long, and it's switching up, and a lot of us are going through it at a rapid pace, and things are moving. Because Vi, I can feel you right now, and you are so powerful, girl. I don't know what's going on with you. You're a powerful powerhouse right now, but I'll discuss that in detail with you later. But I can really feel yours. Yours is your vibration is very intense, and that's in a good thing. So hopefully you're allowing yourself to open up to it. And I'll just say that. But there's a lot of people's vibes that I'm feeling right now, and it's just like with yours, Jackson, is going like this, and it's very powerful and it's very intense. But if you're not used to that, sometimes it can bring out frustration. Let me see what else. Frustration, irritability, because there'll be certain times it's like even a lot of us, our vibes is clashing with other people's. Yeah, it's like it's like, please do tell me. I will, sweetie. I do. I try to help out the best way I can. And we're going through a lot of it. I know that it's been so intense. My face has been itching. Like your skin will start itching and it feels like it's tingling, or or even it's just like you'll even start, it'll feel like you don't found a fountain of youth, even though you may be going through it. It's like even you're doing reverse on aging. It's like you feel younger. It's like the more you purge, it's like it makes you, even though my body is tired, but my face is telling me two different things. And it's like, yeah, I've been around my grandparents today, and they've been primary source. Ooh, some folks, they stuck in them ways, and it's like you'll be, yeah, and that energy can be very, very clashy, and there'll be different things that's taking place. Your lack of sleep. You'll start probably having more premonitions than you were before. There'll be different things that be spoke on, and next you'll see it appear to you. Or it'll be a person that you could be thinking about. Next, that person will either call you or text you. I've been having a lot of that. Or certain things you're finally coming to term with, having those emotions, because it's like right now they're really wanting us to meditate a lot more, finding different meditations. Especially, I know there's a lot of people, like with me, I have ADD, so it's hard for my attention to be staying there. So it's always good to be able to have those ones that are like 5 to 20 minutes, if you can be able to do it like that, just to be able to purge, and allow yourself to center yourself and grounding yourself. They want us to be able to ground ourselves, with that. So you have to be able to take that time out for yourself, even if you're at your job and you're clashing with a lot of different people on your break, or if you're allowed to on your job. Some certain jobs, if you got longer hair, especially if you're a female, you can be able to put your little earbuds in and just being able to allow yourself just to go through that vibration, put a shield onto you, especially before you go to work. It's good to always put that white light shield on you. And even when you go to school, if you can find one, I'm gonna send you one and see if, because I know you're out of school right now with the holidays and stuff like that, and start getting used to that. It's like I have a hard time meditating too. At least try. That's why it's like with your situation, I understand that. So I try to give you ones that are like 5 or 10 minutes or even 3 minutes. They have those short meditations that you have, to fear it, to release anxiety, be grateful, show gratitude. They always want us to be able to show gratitude, just even for the littlest things, find a way of honoring yourself, even if you got through a day and it may have been crappy, just for you being able to say, what, my day didn't go well, but I was allowing myself to be patient with it because this too shall pass. And then when universe is starting to recognize, they want to be able to keep giving you stuff, but you have to be able to recognize being able, right when you wake up and right when you go to sleep, being able to show the pits and the lows of your days, being able to, okay, my patience was tried today. So by tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and meditate tonight to clear my vibrations and let go of what happened today, but allow that to be teachable for me today. So I recognize what I can't allow to, what got to me today to get to me tomorrow. And then when you're allowing yourself to work with that, it's allowing your energy that you won't work against it. And a lot of times we don't realize our frustration and our mindset is all about what we choose to focus on. Or we're trying to manipulate our vibrations, because sometimes that vibration is trying to tell you trust what's unfolding, and then you're making yourself to want to know what's going on point A, point B, point C, and that's where we start clashing at. And so they want us to be able to do that. Don't be a short fuse like Jennifer was talking about. I'm being a fuse. Yeah, you have to allow yourself to know there's certain things you just gonna have to accept of what it is. When it comes to certain people, certain situations that's taking place, and how life is unfolding for you. Everything is full of uncertainty, but it's all about how we choose to go about it, how we allow ourselves to see it, and how we tend to accept it. If you're around negative people and you have no choice but to be around them, you have to understand, expect the unexpected. There's a lot of people that, they're misery and they want to have company. So they'll be trying to do any and everything to be able to let things take place the way it is. Yeah, it's like water. Yeah, you gotta let it roll off your back. Let it be where it be. And a lot of time, and it's just the fact is, especially when it comes to people that try to trigger you as well, allow yourself to see is like, you'll take more more things out of it when you don't allow yourself to get triggered. Sometimes you got to psych your own self out. It's like, how much do you want to bet how much is going to irritate them when I'm not allowing them to irritate me like that today, because that'll be worse for that person, because you're not being triggered by things that you usually get triggered by. So a lot of times you got to be able to psych yourself out, especially when you're dealing with stuff like that. Because it's like a lot right now is changing. If you're allowing yourself to go through those healing processes, you have to understand there's a lot of people that are not wanting to do that. They're trying to avoid it in every way possible. So you have to know there is going to be, it's going to be something. It's going to be something. Is when you're going through it, there's going to be days that you're going to give up on everything. There's going to be days where you're going to be just crying and saying, why me? It's like, yeah, that narc feel starvation hits different. It do. When you are not feeding that ego, when you are not they breathe off of that. That's their oxygen. Sometimes you got to learn how to cut that cord, because sometimes you're ready to say something. I'm like, you know what? Let me allow myself to act like I didn't even hear them, or allow myself to just not respond. That's a response for you. Or just I'm not dealing with that today. I'm not dealing with that again. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. You have to be able to allow yourself to learn, not to give that fuel that they're looking for. As soon as I said that, my phone started vibrating. You have to be able to do that with yourself. Allow yourself to maintain to be teachable. And I've been hearing that a lately. You have to be teachable, allowing yourself to know when we get rid of that ego, there's so much you can learn about yourself, about your surroundings, about people, about yourself, about your present, now allowing yourself, see the past is your inspiration to create a better future for you. It's all about what you choose to see from the past and the things that everything is a lesson from some kind of way that you needed to keep moving. The do's and don'ts not to do, and all those different things. So it is just, going through all this different stuff. Ascension is really hitting a lot of people. And it's just like, especially if I'm talking to somebody and I know that their energy is intense like mine, and not in a bad way, but they're going through it too. And I'm like, man, look, you making my head hurt. I'm like, look, you making my head hurt. Because there's a lot of vibrations that's going on, like even right now, and I had to shield myself. But then it was just like I had to allow myself, if universe, shield myself to a certain extent. Because if there's something that spirit wants me to say to an individual, I want to be able to say it. So there's different things that's taking place, that we're overcoming. There are certain things that we're still having issues with, and being able to allow ourselves to trust the unfolding. A lot of times it's hard for us to do that, especially if we're wanting something. It's like, well, am I going to get this? Am I going to get that? Or, I've been working hard for this and you've been showing me so many omens for that, and they want you to just be able to trust the process. Stop trying to figure everything out at one time. And stop doing that. If God step up in my life and shook me, yes, he will do that. Show up and show out. Yeah, it's just like, and then he laugh. Yeah, and he make you laugh. It's like, you go ahead and tell him your plans if you want to. He'll laugh at you. Especially if it is not going according to his plan. You're like, okay, if you don't think so, he got dark humor. You're really dark humor. I'm like, you funny, ain't you? And get aggravated with him. But he's like, it's okay. I already knew you were going to get mad at me before you got mad at me. I prepared. He knows everything we're going to do before we do it, but it's just the fact is he got so much in store for us. He sees the things that we have gone through. He sees the times that we try to get through it and it's hard. We struggle on getting through certain things in our life. And that's why he's preparing you for greatness. This is a new opportunity for you. It's a whole new year. So he wants you to have a whole new mindset, a whole new choice of words. You got to be able to speak existence to everything. You may be struggling right now. Okay, I'm struggling right now. I'm going through a lot of stuff, but I know God got something better for me. You don't want to sit up here and say, putting in existence. It's all about what we choose to say. All what we choose to say, because it's like, they know words is power. Regardless on what somebody else thinks about your life is how you feel about your life. Because people, you deal with a lot of people that are intimidated by you. You deal with a lot of people that fear you. And they try to push all kind of confusion in your life, because the devil likes to have people distracted. You don't want nobody focused on what's the better for them. They always want to think about stuff that's very relevant, people that are irrelevant. We have to be able to allow ourselves to keep moving, keep moving and keep moving and moving. So it's just like you're going through all those different things in your life that is creating better for us. And they want you to be able to appreciate, those things that's going on in life, yeah. And it's just like, death of the ego. You're going through a lot of, it's like shit stirring. It's like, yes, you have to be able to remove myself. Like, look, this is not for me. Allow myself to go the other way, over there. Allow them to go over there. You have to be able to do it. Because right now, it's just like, you see where karma is just hitting left and right, left and right, left and right. You've been going through a lot of different crazy stuff that is clearing your slate. So you may have been hit nonstop with stuff, and it's like, look, I'm tired of this situation. I'm tired of myself. I'm tired of this. Tired of this chapter of my life. And it's just like you clearing it. Whatever wrongs you done placed in the world, you writing them right now. It's preparing you for something unexpected. God got something for you, especially if he don't promise you something. A lot of times we have to understand God is not going to promise us nothing and not see through to it. Now, man, they'll disappoint you every time. Those are the ones that hey, they say they're going to do it, but we'll see. But God got something for you, each and every one of us. If people doing dirty, hey, don't allow yourself to be focused on that. Just focus on you. A lot of times it's hard to do that, especially when people, trying to be in everybody else's lane except their own, but it's just like right now, I see you can even feel when people are not allowing themselves to heal. That mess is just like intense. It's like even their energy stink. Like, ooh, I'm like, I cannot. The ego is really trying to be up front and center. So you have to be open to be able to learn new stuff every day about yourself, about the path that you're going through. You may be even getting new creative ideas, but they say they want you to go ahead and try, be open to try new opportunities. There's new doors that's opening up for you. You may have been on a spiritual path for a long time and set in stone for something that's been, in a direct alignment right there in one direction. And then all of a sudden it parts ways, like, okay, you've been on this situation for a long time, and I see that you worked with yourself, and you don't learn a lot of stuff for this. Now I got something else that's coming for you. So there's different things, and that, it's going to, it's not saying that you're going to totally break away from it, but maybe it's something that's going to connect with that later on. But they say you don't give yourself, attention for this. Now we need you to put your attention on that. So there's a lot of different things that's coming in. You've been going through a lot of healing. You also have to understand, if you've been going through a lot of body aches and pains, you have to understand there's a lot of insight. There's a lot of downloads that's coming in. So it's going to give you a lot of headaches. You probably hearing, your third eye opening up wider. So, or even having more, different vibrations and pitch of ear ringing. So it's like you're fluctuating through different densities and, frequencies and stuff like that. So you're getting different ear ringing within that as well. So that's coming through. And it's just like, you may have a point where you're going through hot and cold spells. You're going through that, probably nausea or bloat. Even men are feeling it right now. It's just like with my joints. I've been very active lately. So it's like my body is getting used to starting to be more active than I used to be. And even just for you trying to allow yourself to focus on the positive, you may be getting drained a lot worse than you were before, because you have to understand everything takes energy. Even when you're trying to be positive and there's different things that's coming up that's out of your control, you're allowing it to be, okay, this is out of my control. I can't do anything about it. Let me allow myself to not think about that and just stay focused on, what I can control, what I can do to bring in better. And you have to understand that takes a lot of energy as well. What's up, Cash? Ain't heard from you in a while. Like, woo, woo. Happy New Year. So, you're going through a change of the ego. It's dying down, but it's trying to stay relevant in your life. Don't allow that ego to speak for you. Because all it is going to speak through pain. It's going to communicate through pain, anger, confusion, anything that's negative that you are no longer needing in your life. And you'll see different times. It's like, you as well. Thank you. Going through all those different things. You're going through a death of the ego. And I mean, it's really trying to fight you. You can be, I can be cleaning and something stupid will come up and I'm just like, okay, that was ego again. I'm like, it's all right. Whatever it is whatever it is. I don't have time to worry about that. That's not on my agenda. That is not on my thought. I'm allowing myself to keep moving. Allow myself to focus on what's relevant, who's relevant. You have to be able to make sure you change in your wording on how you say different things. Even when you're speaking to yourself, you got to speak into yourself like, things are, this too shall pass type vibration. They want you to be able to do that. You're welcome. And so doing all that, you're going through a huge transition right now. And I mean, you are going through a very big transition and you'll feel it. A lot of times the dreams is just getting very vivid. You might be having end of the world type dreams. And that's letting a lot of people I've been talking to is like, Roslynn, I've been having these dreams like we're stocking up on different things. We're having floods and, or a zombie apocalypse is coming in. It's very crazy dreams. And I was just like, oh, okay. That's letting you know that there's going to be a massive change that's coming into your life. So that different stuff is taking place, or there may be different animals that are coming into your dreams. Maybe you're seeing Komodo dragons, or what else is it? Like, or regular dragons or snakes or something like that. They always tell you, even, through your awakened state, even through your meditation state, if there's different things that's coming to you, make sure you write them down when you wake up. and then look at, what is that spiritual meaning of that spirit totem that's coming to you. The thunder beings are staying very close to us right now. I can go outside and I can be speaking to the universe, and all of a sudden you see these, different birds like eagles or something like that, and they're swooping down, and different things and stuff like that. So they're letting you know that we're here. We're here to protect you. We're here, to enlighten you, and guide you in the best way you need to go into. You may be seeing repetitive numbers a lot, throughout the day. It'll be a certain number that you keep seeing it a lot of times. Or there's different things you've been working hard for that you want. So you may, if you wanted a certain car, all of a sudden you could be outside, taking a break, or you could be going out to lunch, and next thing you know, you'll see them coming in a different direction, or you may see them at a stoplight or a stop sign, or even see a billboard of that. That's letting you know, hey, we working on different things because we want, we know you want this car or whatever, and you've been working hard. We want to be able to gift that to you, so it'll be different things that's coming up that will get your attention. You even maybe even see a commercial on it, if you want a Mustang or a Range Rover or something like that. Next thing you know, you start seeing people popping out of Range Rovers and stuff like that, or you may be working on buying a house, and the next, you see advertisements, on social media sites, or, billboards, or, you may pass like a Caldwell Banker, real estate, or, Century 21 or something like that, different things that's coming up where it's echoing, new is coming into your life, or even different dreams that are taking place, that's coming in, if you're a type of person that does tarot, or even being able to be, a person that has psychic abilities or medium abilities. You may get different images about certain tarot cards, so you can read, look that up if you don't know what it is, if you're seeing something, on there, or, you can be on a social site and somebody shows, I know a different one where people will show transition on certain tarot cards, and, next thing you know, you start getting spiritual chills when certain things is happening. And that's, universe getting your attention, because you're communicating with them a lot more than you were before, because you're purging out a lot. Whether you're doing it on your own or you doing it automatically, it's coming in a lot more different than it was before. You may feel it, it'll be certain people you can't be around like you used to be around them before, different things that's taking place, or even, people from your past is coming back, just to try to sit up here and get closure. Or there are certain ones that you already know there was no good into your life, so they're trying to come in to see what else they can destroy. And, the devil got all type of folks coming back into your life, but God will allow them to come into your life. You be saying, oh, my life ain't changed nothing, I keep doing this and this and this and that, and it hasn't really changed at all. But then if a person from your past that you didn't have anything to do with them, like a break off or anything like that, is just that y'all weren't vibing the same. That'll let you know right there. It's like, oh, since you don't think things are changing, let me bring somebody back into your life where you can feel that vibe is still, they haven't changed a bit. It may have gotten better or it may have gotten worse, but it's just that vibe is not, you're not vibing with that person like you used to. So universe will bring different indications to you to show how, different things are coming into your life that's changing, whether you're ready for it or not. You're going through a change. You can't, even if you force things, God is only going to allow them, to go so far, but if you're allowing yourself to go full throttle for it, the universe going to work with you. Because they see if you're being active, you're being grateful, you're doing your meditations, you're doing your light work, you're being selfless when it comes to that time for self-care. They're wanting you to be heavy on that. There's sometimes you got to say no, be heavy with your boundaries. Like, hey, this is not comfortable for me, not having to repeat yourself. And if you do, just remove yourself from that person's life. It's different if you're in the same household with them, or you're in school with them, or you're at work with them. You can allow yourself to distance yourself, be doing the bare minimum. Like, okay, if I got to work with that person, I'm only going to talk to them when I need to, or, I'm going to associate myself when I need to, and just keep it like that, being cool as a fan, So it's just been crazy. And my signal is kind of like glitchy. Number one, my energy is very intense. If you've been here with me before, you already know. I'll tell y'all that real quick. So my apologies if my quality of my picture is not really good, and plus it's been storming on and off all today. I didn't think I was going to be able to have chat today because it was hailing earlier. So I was like, oh, I'm going to have to go ahead and postpone. But things are staying in a little bit better. So I'm going to just probably do like 30, 35 minutes or 45 minutes to an hour tonight, just talking with y'all. Is there anything that y'all want to talk about that y'all coming in with, or there are certain things you may deal with that you feel comfortable about? Because I know there's a lot of times y'all say, I'm going through this right now, and, just give you good vibes, because right now, even though I'm not doing chat support today, I know I was supposed to do it tomorrow because I told y'all it's on Monday and Friday. But I'm going to go ahead since tomorrow is like New Year's Eve. I know everybody's going to be distracted with stuff. So I'm going to just go ahead and start that back on Monday. But, if there's certain things that you would like to talk about and you want me to just, cover certain things that you may be thinking of, if you feel comfortable with saying, y'all can tell me. Y'all know y'all can be able to do that if you're up to it, if you feel comfortable at doing it. But going through a spiral effect, a spiral effect is like, you're going through huge changes, and there are certain times that history will repeat itself if they feel, universe says, okay, there are certain things that they still need to learn from this certain situation or this certain person. So they'll allow certain people to come back in your life because there are certain things that you haven't, unfinished business with them. Or certain things that you needed to say just so you can cut ties and go on about your business. It's like I start working and mortuary. What are you doing? Are you being he's like, shoot, I work with the dead every day. So are you doing the things where you get the caskets ready, or you digging the plots, or you gotta be dressing them? Well, I don't know if congratulations is in order. If it is, congratulations. I be telling people, with folks like that, I'm like, well, I'm my own spirit board, so I speak with dead people a lot every day, so that comes in. So I mean, it's just something that you're happy on doing. It's like, oh, I'd be in transport, bringing people back. Oh, okay. I feel worried because my anxiety tells me otherwise, and I have, it's like, when I was saying that earlier. Well, before I finish that and jump in that. Okay, so you're bringing them back and forth, like, oh, you're picking them up from the hospital, Jackson, like, or different places, and they bring them to the funeral home. Is that what that is? That's what you're talking about? Because that remind me of what is that house? What is that Haunting a Hill House when they were doing that, and they had their own funeral home and stuff like that. Oh, is okay. False memory, OCD. Okay. Because it's like when you came in, I felt you. You are been a power source, and it's like right now, it's like you're from what I'm feeling with you right now. That I would say, openly, is like the old is clashing with the new, because there's something trying to push through, and that old you is trying to fight that. It's trying to resist. So that's coming in. Okay, from the scenes. Okay, that's interesting. I wanted to do stuff like that, but there's just certain things that, I can't do it. I used to work at, where I had to file stuff for dead people, and that was enough for me. I didn't have that job long. Let's just say that. So, but yeah, with your situation, that I can't say, because there are certain things. If I do a one-on-one with y'all, there's certain things I don't speak on, just out of your privacy. But you're certain things is resisting that new to come in, and it's clashing with you where that anxiety is coming in. And that's what I will say for that situation, is I'm trying to do my positive. Yeah, I told you, you have to just let it flow. I know it's just like sometimes you wanted to know point A, point B, point C. And that's when we're expecting too much of ourselves instead of letting it be fluid, you can create anxiety more about that. But I'm gonna see what I can come up with you to be able to help you out in some kind of way. Because usually if I see something that made me think of you, I just automatically send it. It's like I feel like something that needs to be done. Is I'm trying to prepare myself for it. Well, yeah, and that's, I mean, it's just a job like that. To me, I I commend anybody can do a job like that, because there's just certain things, you know. I love listening to like the Riddick. I listen to the Riddick on here on different stuff where people work with, you know, in the cemetery, or, you know, first responders. I love stuff like that. But then I put my mind in it. I'm like, there ain't no way, you know, because there are certain things. It's like when people get ready to transition, they, you know, universe prepares me for that, especially if it's the ones that got to go through me, with me being a conduit and a anchor like that. And some of that stuff, it shakes me to where I can't do videos for a minute, and I got to be able to do that. So it's something, you know, I don't know if you went to school for that. You know, I know some people got to go to school for that, depending on what you're actually doing for that. But I know you have to be able to do that. Yeah, like the show Medium. Yeah, I forgot all about that show. That used to be my show. That one and Ghost Whisper. I used to get very emotional when I used to watch that. But I love, what was her name? Patricia Arquette. I liked her since she played on Nightmare on Elm Street. And a lot of their Arquettes, they played in a lot of that crazy stuff, and I like it. But yeah, you know, it just depends. Yeah, I had to do stuff like that. It's that it can be gruesome. Yeah, because especially, you know, especially if it's something like a car accident, and ugh, you know, that got to be something. Long as you know, if this is, you know, I don't know how you can prepare yourself for that, because you always got to expect the unexpected, unless you know somebody that you know that you can talk to about different things. Because there's a lot of times you'll see something and it may mess you up, or, you know, you have to be, I guess you have to be that one to be emotionally and mentally strong for that. But it's just like, I think that's with anybody. If you see something, it's going to trigger, or it's going to mess you up, you know. But I'm not trying to place no bad vibes on that situation. But if you need me, I'll be there to talk to you. If you need to, you know, hit me up on one-on-one, I'll just say that. You really don't know. Yeah. You know, this may be a new experience, you know, because there's a lot of times, you know, with us being light workers, and you're doing stuff I used to meet, and they would tell me, oh, you know, I work at a mortuary, you know, I'm a mortician. And I'm like, oh, you know, and I'm like, you know, that's before I got awoke. And I'm like, how is it? And it's like, it's a job, you know, what I do, you know, it was a family business. And they're telling me, you know, there's a lot of things that I do see, but it gives me, you know, you have to try to find a positive within a circumstance like that, because we always know it's a circle of life. And if it's just you prepping that person for that, for them to say their you know, their physical goodbyes, you know, you have to find some kind of positive in that for you to be able to work with it. That's what they told me. You know, and it's hard, they say, because different people come in there and they say it's hard when they have children. That's hard for them. But you know, they try to, you know, make sure that they're comforting the family well and stuff like that. And that's how they get through day to day. That's what they used to tell me. They try to find a positive out of that situation, you know, because people die. We know that nobody has expiration date on how you can be able to deal with certain things like that. But it's best to be able to try to find a negative, I mean, not a negative, but a positive viewpoint on a situation that you're allowing yourself to connect with that, because obviously universe is guiding you to be there for a reason. So it says within the opportunity, I may be able to go to school. Yeah, you never know how that may deal with you, you know, because it's like, you know, even a situation like that can be gruesome. It can be traumatizing. But if you're that type of person, it's like, you know what, I'm preparing this person the best way we can, you know, because some people, they want to be cremated. There's some people that, you know, they have to have a shut casket, all those different things. But if you can try to allow yourself to find a positive thing on what you're doing to put that family at ease, that can probably help you. You know what I'm saying? You know, because there was different things I even asked them. I said, how were you able to do a job like that? I mean, you see so many different things. And he said, yeah, that comes with the job. There's a lot of things that you're not actually prepared for, but you have to mentally, emotionally do that, because some of them, you know, the people that I knew that did jobs like that, their family, that was a family business. So their family prepared them for those different things. And that's good when you can have somebody there that you can talk to. You know, I'm not taking it much such, oh, okay, I'm not taking it in such a way. Okay, where you're just being open, you know, hey, however you can do it, hey, go ahead and do it. But if you ever need me, you know how to get in touch with me, Jackson. If you need to get me on one-on-one, I'll try to be there the best way I can. If you need to talk to me, if you decide to stay there, I'll try to help you out the best way I can. But I know it was just different people. Even I have a sibling that they do that. And I'm like, girl, how do you do it? And she's like, it just comes in and with it, because she like horror stuff. So she used to stuff like that. And I'm like, girl, you better than me. I can't do it, but every floats her boat, but I have to get used to it when I'm coming into spiritual contact. Those are the things that just, it's insensitive having like zombies as a profile. Jackson, I'm not. Yeah, it'll be kind of insensitive. Yeah, say, Aaron, can I speak to you later? Yeah, you can. It's like, yeah, I'll be able to help you with that. It's okay. But yeah, I'll hit you up. I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. But yeah, I'll hit you up when I get finished, if that's okay with you. I don't know if you had anything planned or whatever, but I'll hit you up. But yeah, that would be kind of. Jackson, do you have a zombie profile pic, or are you just saying that in general? Because I'll be like, dang, like, what are you doing? We work with the dead, bringing them back alive, different things like that. But yeah, if you can sit up here and watch, I mean, there's different things that I've been even, people are like, girl, that's kind of weird. Because I used to watch like rotten.com. I used to go on there, or there'll be different people. Is I appreciate that. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome to Vi. I'll talk to you in a few. But yeah, it's just like I've never worked with that, but I do work with, there's a lot of dead people that I communicate with. There's a lot of times I've seen different things that I just, people that are very close to me, they're asking me, they can feel my vibration like, hey, is everything okay? I'm going through a spiritual transition with somebody right now. And it could be just like with people that are in the public eye. There are certain things that I'll see, and I won't see the person's face because it's not meant for me to see it. But then I'll start going through stigmata type things, like, if they get into a crash and they burn, all of a sudden I start feeling blisters and my skin like feeling like it's on fire. I go through different stuff like that, and it's not easy. Or there'll be certain things that I'll pick up on, and it's not something that I care to tell people about, unless I know that they're like it's kind of like a soul collector at the same time, even though that kind of feels like a devilish thing, but it's not. It's a part of the shamanism of our tribe. There's a lot of us that collect souls, and we're anchors for that. I'm just like, I said, it sounds so devilish, like, I'm a soul, snatch your soul out. And it's like, no, there are certain people that have that gift where they're an anchor, and they, that person ends up picking up their mannerism on certain people. Like, there'll be certain things that, sometimes I'll see their face on my face, and it's just weird, or I start speaking like them, or their mannerisms I'll start picking up on, and it's very weird to me. But that's something that comes with my life. I've been going through that a lot, but it didn't get it more intense until like about, I think, a year or two ago, when I started understanding why I was going through that. I would see different things that I didn't like seeing. It was very graphic at times. So, I mean, with you working with that, I can get it. That's why I said, if you're having issues, I haven't worked personally in a mortuary, but I deal with people on a daily basis. So if you need to talk to me one-on-one, that you just, if you just need somebody to talk to, I'll be that ear. I'll tell you the best way I can. Universe will help me if I need to, connect with you on that level like that, on one-on-one, that you don't feel, because there's a lot of things that people hit me up on the side that they don't feel comfortable with talking like that. And I respect that, on their privacy, to be able to do that. But yeah, I'm about to wrap this up. I'm getting real tired. So it's been a while, it's been almost 2 weeks since I've been talking to y'all, and especially doing videos. And with this Ascension transition that's going through, is really, draining me, but it's on a good drain that, is going through. So thank you for y'all participating on coming through. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the, the support. I just did I think 3 or 4 videos already. I don't know if you've seen them or not yet. So I put those out already. And, I'll hit y'all up. Probably, I'll probably do some more videos on Saturday. Excuse me, just depending on how that day goes. I don't want to put it set in stone, say I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try most likely to do, Heyoka chat support as well. If there's different things that we're gonna talk about. That I'm guided to speak on, and I will chat with y'all then. But thank you so much for stopping through. I really appreciate you taking your time out to connect with me. It was really appreciated. And y'all, I will talk to y'all again soon. Much love. Have a good night. Happy holidays and happy New Year's. And please be safe and responsible for everything y'all do. And y'all talk to you later. Much love to y'all. Bye.